Hello students, welcome back to Aspireacademy. I am Dr. Bhaskar Bora. I'm the CEO of Aspireacademy based in London, and today we wanted to talk to you about the recent news about introducing OMR sheets for the matriculation examinations. And while doing so, we will also be talking about what strategies can we use to score the maximum in MCQs style questions, and we'll also talk about some types of questions that you can expect. So first of all, let us start with the OMR sheets. So what exactly are they? And if you like this video and you feel that such videos will be useful, then please do subscribe to our channel, which is Aspire Academy Education. And you will also find us on our website, which is www.aspireacademycoaching.com. So let's get back to OMR sheets. What exactly are they? OMR stands for optical marking recognition. So basically the difference between OMR and the other normal answer sheets is that the OMR sheets will be done marked by a computer which will recognize the marks that you make on the answer sheet, and we will be awarded your grades and your marks accordingly. Now, OMR sheets come in various forms. It may come in different colors. I can show you a sample that not necessarily be the one which will come, but it is quite possible that the sheet will look something like this. As you can see, however, there may be slightly different styles of the OMR sheet, but largely the principle is the same, that there will be one question with 4 options, and there will be circles, and on the top as well there will be a space to put in your roll number and the subject code, or possibly the center code, those sort of things. By each of them, what you need to do, as you will be told in the recent future, that either you will have to put in a line across the appropriate answer, or you'll need to color the whole bubble, or you might need to even put a cross, although the cross is quite unlikely. Most likely you will be asked to put in a straight line using a scale or with freehand across the bubble that you think is the correct answer. Now, lots of places they use either blue or black ballpoint pen or a pencil. Where I live here, we use pencil, but what is advisable is that if you are asked to use a black or blue ballpoint pen, then firstly you put in a light mark across the correct bubble that you think is the correct one with a pencil that can be rubbed off later if you wish to change your answer. But otherwise, when you are about to finish, or when you are final with your answer, then you can overwrite it with the pen, because once you write with the pen, then you can't erase it. And it is very important that you don't make any unnecessary marks on the paper, nor do you put in any marks or any kind of lines and stuff or spots on any of the other bubbles, because the machine will not be able to differentiate whether it's your answer or it's something else, and that might affect your grades. Now, when the news came out about the OMR sheets to be used for the first time in the matriculation or the HSLC exam by the State Board of Education Assam, it caused quite a stir, and lots of people were very worried. Parents and students are quite worried, which is understandable. But on the other hand, OMR sheets have been used widely for many years now, at higher levels and at entrance exams for medical, for engineering, and lots of other things. So it's actually a good thing that you are getting to know about the OMR sheets at a much earlier stage than being exposed to it right at the entrance exams. So really, there's nothing much to worry about. What you need to do is to look at the sheet. I'm sure you will be told about this in your inductions in the school or by your teachers. So you look at the sheet, uh, put in the appropriate marks to put in against your roll number, and then as you go through the questions, then you put in the appropriate line or color the bubble as per the correct option for that question. And on top of this, you will be given another additional 16 sheet answer sheets for which you will be doing the rest 50% of your exam. And that might be medium to long questions or long questions. But OMR sheets will be used for the MCQ part of the exam, which should be 50% of your total marks. And although as of now, I'm not entirely sure, but I think most likely it'll be 1 minute per question. So it is important that you do go through the whole set of questions and you distribute your time accordingly. So that is overall about the OMR sheets. If you have any questions, then please put it in the comments. I will try my best to answer them or bring those questions to my next video. And if you haven't subscribed it or liked the video yet, I hope you have found it useful enough to like and subscribe to our channel, Aspire Academy Education. Now let's dig a bit further and go into what we call MCQ style exams and what is the best strategy to score maximum in MCQ exams. Now MCQ, as the short form, is for multiple choice questions, and usually there are 4 choices to each of the question, and they are either marked 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D. Now, according to the new guidelines issued by the Educational Board, we follow something called Bloom's taxonomy. You don't have to remember that term, but basically, when the MCQ papers are set, then we look into different criteria. Well, number one is about your remembering, how much you remember of what you have read. So we look at knowledge or the remembering part. Then the second thing that is looked into is comprehension, or how much you have understood of that particular subject. The third is application of your subject. So it's not necessarily that you know a theory or a theorem of the subject, but also how do you apply it in your everyday life. So, and then would come your analyzing part and the creating part, followed by the evaluation part. So your MCQ style questions would cover all of these 6 topics, and hence the MCQs will be slightly different. Each MCQ will be slightly different, but that is not necessarily something to really worry about. What you need to do, remember, is that MCQ exams are, or the preparation for MCQ style exams is slightly different to the other exams, because here you depend a lot on your knowledge, your comprehensive knowledge, and therefore it's important to read the whole text, and it's for better if you underline or highlight the text as you read along, because lots of MCQs could be just within the lines of those texts, just like as you do and fill in the blanks. So a comprehensive knowledge is very, very important while doing your MCQs or preparing for your MCQ style exams. The second thing, which is most important, is intuition in MCQ style exams. So while it is important to know and learn as much as possible so that you can put in all the answer as many answers as possible confidently, but sometimes you have to guess. So when you are guessing, it's your instinct that comes into play. So if your instinct tells you that the answer of a certain question must be A, then go with A. uh, I can tell you that if your instinct is telling you A and you go for C without any valid reason, then most of the time you will end up making a mistake. But at the same time, if you remember, if you have suddenly if you have marked A and then at a later point you understand that actually it should have been C, it doesn't make sense, then of course you make sure that you rub off the first answer properly, and then you select the one that you think is most appropriate. The third thing is to distribute your time accordingly. So there are 45 questions that you'll get, or 50 questions. So and most of the time it will be not more than a minute. So you have to uh, distribute your time accordingly and not just look at the most spend a lot of time on the difficult questions that you are not sure about. So one strategy which worked very well for me during my entrance exams and in the subsequent exams in medicine was that I always scanned the paper first, went through the whole question paper, just skim read it, and then I would start off by answering the easiest questions or the questions that I was most confident about first. And the questions that I wasn't sure, then I would then flag them, and so that I remember to come back to them once I finish the questions that I was sure about, or the questions I knew. So that is one way that you can just continue you making the best use of your time and to not lose any time on the questions that you don't know. So the other point is sometimes the questions sound, the options sound quite similar, or a couple of options might sound absolutely inappropriate for the question. So we use the elimination method. So rather than going by what would be the most correct answer, you can start off by eliminating what would be the most incorrect answer. So you would eliminate the options one by one, and finally the one that seems most appropriate, that's the one which is your answer. It is something which will only come with practice, so please do practice. Your exams are in February, they're 2024, so now it's end of September, so you've still got plenty of time. So do practice as many questions as you can, as many papers as you can. And it might be a bit difficult to find past papers because this is the first time, but we at Aspire Academy can supply you with some probable MCQs for different subjects, which you can do and keep a watch with yourself, so that you can time yourself as to how long did it take for you to complete a particular paper. So once again, do visit our Aspire Academy channel and do look at our website, where we are giving out free videos every single day, and also on our blogs where we are putting out study materials and exam materials. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like and share this video so that your friends can get some help as well. Now coming back again to the MCQ strategies. So again, there are certain things who are more options which are most likely to be wrong than right. Say for example, if it says always or never, so those sort of absolute options are usually wrong options. So therefore, if there is a question where there are options which says always happens or never happens, then I would eliminate that answer as one of the wrong answers. So those sort of things can happen. So try and eliminate the obvious wrong answers and the always and the never questions. And but it is important, once again, to make sure that you read all the options properly, all the four options, because sometimes there may be just very subtle difference between the two. So and that might lead you to make some silly or very simple mistakes. So do read all the options before you cross it off. And most important is, do stay calm in your exam, because when you see so many questions come in, and when you see this new OMR sheet and you see all of this, it is quite natural to feel panicky, be anxious. But, or especially if you're running out of time, then please don't panic. Stay calm. When you are calm, then your brain would function better as well. It will help you with making educated guesses for the questions that you are not entirely sure about, and it will also help with your intuition. So please do stay calm. Scan over all the questions. Once you've done the questions, make sure you've revised the questions. It's probably better to just make a thin line or a thin mark with a pencil initially, and then in the final stages, you put in the actual mark that you need to put with your ballpoint pen, so that the machine can record your answers appropriately and you get the right marks. So these are some of the simple strategies that I have used, and I found them very helpful. That is what has brought me up the ladder as I became a doctor and did my post graduation, and that's how I have progressed my career. And this is what has helped not just me but lots of people that I have known. So I'm sharing these with you, and I'm sure these will help. If you have any questions, then please do put in your comments or questions in the comments box. And if there is anything I can improve, or you have anything else you want to know, then please also put them in the comments box as well. My name is Dr. Bhaskar Bora. I'm based in London. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Aspire Academy, which is a not profit or non-profit organization providing an educational platform to all our dear students in Assam. So do check us out on our website www.aspireacademycoaching.com, and also find our free videos which come out on a daily basis for various subjects for classes 9, 10, 11, and 12 on Aspire Academy educational YouTube channel. So I wish you all the best. This is the time to start practicing. There's still lots of time. There is really nothing to worry about in terms of what OMR sheets are or what MCQ is to be done. This is a good thing. Take it as a positive development, and I hope to see you again very soon in our next video. I wish you all the best. Thank you very, very much.